Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Gun. 24's the mic. I'm coming.
They fake the give. Newton.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
20.
Throwing is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Going for a right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Set. 180. Hey, watch the sled. Watch the sled. Show it up. Show it up.
They'll run on first down. It's Smith. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check 24. Check 24.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch the 8.
They run the counter. Smith. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down. Here we go.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
8.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Smith. 52. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Smith here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2nd and 1. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo! 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. I'm coming.
They're going to look to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Let's get some penetration here.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
That's it. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
From the gun, here's Newton. That's complete to Smith. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey, check my 50.
On 1st down, Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down the pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Check pass. Check pass.
They'll run on first down. Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. They'll try the right side here with Smith. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Great. Check back 33. Check back 33. Coming. Mike, check 33. 33. Let's go. Hey, check.
Out of the gun, Newton. Able to get away. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, exit. 52's the mic, boy. 52. All day, punk. Mike, hit it.
2nd and 4. Sliding out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Hey, Alpha. Get it.
Now back to throw. The open man is Smith. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot and then connected there and picked up a first down.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Ready? On the ground, Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's...
Accelerating, and off he goes. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 36 yards on the play.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. There you go.
Newton on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Mike 96, Mike 96. Gun. And 96 is coming. We got Mike 96. Let's go.
Here's Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check. Hey, watch it.
On the carry, here's Smith. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Get along. Rest.
On 2nd down now, it's Smith. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Right there. Oh, dang, baby.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On third down, Smith. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On first down, Smith, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go again. Here we go again. 20. 24's the mic.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Smith trying to run for it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
You got nothing. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Great. Let's go one more.
Another try for Smith, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Ito Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point try good by Gano, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Thomas the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's Williams on the catch. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Gun. Eight.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On second down, it's Smith. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it again with Smith. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th. Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Get ready.
They run the counter. Smith. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Watch that. Watch 20, seal that. Tie it right.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Newton, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. The shotgun snap for Newton. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
I'm coming after you.
Here's Newton. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a second time for 6 points.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Snap. Back to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
The 2nd down pass. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go.
They'll look to throw here. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Saints. 53 yards. That pass was heavily defended on 3rd down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Panthers' 5-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Running with Kamara. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
We own them.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. Looking to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Get out of here. That's how we do it. Back go, back go.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Alert, flare, alert, flare, flare, flare.
Now Ito Smith. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check, check, check. Hey!
Again, it's Smith. Oh, the spin. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Katie. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Hey, Fred! Hey!
From the gun, here's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. This is Smith. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
24 is the mark.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Newton. It's caught. Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Let's bring it. 20. Hey, 50. 50 to Mike. 50 on 12. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense.
Out of the gun, Newton. Being chased out left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A first down carry for Smith. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Ito Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Panthers 21, Saints 10.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
You can't block me. Say. Kill. Hey, turn it out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw here. Open man is Michael Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
That's track. Hey, 25 to Mike.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Here we go, here we go.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check. Hey, 25.
Five. Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Carolina, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.